We're back. Season 4, episode 47. 12 away from a new season.
Yep. Close it in.
Not bad.
How long is a normal podcast season? Is it 52?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess it depends on the... Oh, speaking of this, there's one box of flies.
Oh, shit. Ooh. It's like Christmas.
That's pretty much all tungsten.
That's good stuff right there. Real good stuff. Oh, boy. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Can I have a lip pilly?
You want to go watermelon or you want to go winter? What's this one? Peppermint.
Peppermint.
So, fly show was Sunday?
Saturday.
It, I woke up and it was snowing.
Yeah, it was...
And I decided at that point, as much as I love to go see and talk to everybody, not fucking happening.
It was not warm. So, last year, if you remember,
This is like 5 years running that the weather has just been absolute dog shit.
Last year it was sunny, but the wind was fucking blowing at fucking 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But I've never been to one where it was nice. Like, nice temperatures.
No.
I should have known. I jinxed it. I mean, it's my fault.
Yeah, it really is.
So, you know, last year where I was set up, this year, Jim put me all the way down at the other end of the tent.
Down by where the Costa guy was.
Yeah. Costa wasn't there this year. But the heater was right there.
Yeah.
So I was right in front of the heater, which that took the edge off. It was still cold.
It didn't help.
And it sucked so much propane that it would get to a certain point where the propane would start getting low and it's just blowing air. It wasn't blowing cold. Like, it wasn't cold air, but it wasn't warm air. So it was me right there. And then to my right was Crosby Bean, who owns ACB and Outdoors. He's Fish Pond and Hatch.
Yeah.
Super cool dude. He's like just a fly fishing bum from way back.
Yeah.
And then to my left was Sims. Sims rep is from Wells.
Huh.
Lives in Wells. He's also the TFO rep.
Nice.
Super nice guy. He actually ties a lot of the flies he donates a lot of flies for the Flies for Kids. Talked to him for a while. I tried to get him to sell you that chest pack. He wouldn't budge.
Did you tell him what I sent you?
No, I did not.
I came up with that and I was like, that might be one of the meanest things I've said to somebody.
I didn't want to burn that bridge.
Yeah.
I did soak him for this hat. That took me a while.
Short story. Sims has a chest pack that I really want.
And it was there.
They had one. So I texted Huey because I wasn't about to go. And I said, hey, does he have one for sale? And he goes, no. And I said, well, find out how big his service area is, and I will go just outside of it to buy it from someone else.
So
I'll probably just end up buying it from Trident because they carry it.
Yeah. So So I shot the shit with him. Super nice guy. He also does a snowboard company, but he's got a 19-foot Jones Brothers center console that he fishes out of well. He keeps it at Wet Panet.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. His name's Chris. I didn't get his last name. But I ended up I saw this hat, and I wanted one of these, and I was like, what do I got to do will you sell me that hat? Like, what do I need to do for you to sell me that hat? He's like, I'll just give it to you at the end of the day. I was like, deal. So when we were packing up, he tossed it on the table. I sold 172 tickets. $1,172 was raised for Flies for Kids.
Nice.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Who else was there? Winston Rods was there. That guy, the rep from Winston, flew in from Montana for the show.
That's
Super
pretty
nice
cool.
guy. His name's Luke. So they had a bunch of rods, all super expensive rods.
Yeah.
Like, I think Most of Winston's rods are over $700, but they're nice.
Yeah.
All handmade. I was talking to him about, I was like, how many rods do you guys make a day? He's about 40. I said, how many of those sell? He goes, pretty much all of them are sold when we make them. It's like, no shit. And then Echo and Scott were there. New Echo Scott rep. It's not that old guy anymore.
Oh, no?
It's a younger dude, probably a few years older than us.
Was the man, the myth, the legend there this year?
Kevin McKay?
No.
Aaron?
No.
Oh, Bob Mallard, no. Thank God.
He wasn't?
Nope. Oh, he wasn't there.
I thought he'd be signing books or something.
Yeah, right.
Books and babies.
Not if Jim has anything to do with it. So Kevin McKay and his wife were there with the Scott team.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people trying rods still. Aaron was there. He was upstairs with Trout Unlimited. He came down a couple times, hung out with me. But he was upstairs staying warm, which I don't blame him.
He probably had to cool off a little bit, come outside.
Yeah. Heath came by with one of his daughters. So it was a good time. Saw a huge amount of Mainly Stoopid followers. People that I've never even met would come up and be like, love the podcast, keep doing what you're doing, loved this episode. I'm like, cool, thanks. No idea what episode they're talking about.
Yeah.
One of the guys was, he was with Great Bay Trout Unlimited doing the food.
Yeah.
And he came up, he's like, man, I love that episode. You guys were talking, you and Garrett were talking shit on Vermont. It was hilarious. I'm from Vermont, and I moved down here, but I still grew up there, and it was funny to hear it. And I'm like, sorry? Maybe?
I don't remember what I said.
I don't remember either.
I got to be honest with you.
And then at the end of the day, he came up to me and shook my hand again, and he was like, you guys do a really great job. I love listening. It's like, oh, shit. So that was good. That was neat. Alex Poland was there. I didn't get to talk to him, but he was there. I'm gonna buy a piece of his art. That shit is so cool.
It is pretty sweet.
Does. So he was there. Trout on Sebago TU was there. All the sporting camps, Libby's, Bradford, all of the big ones. There's another fly tying guy upstairs, Jones Brothers.
Yeah,
they were there.
They're there normally.
Yeah. And then I can't remember who the tire was downstairs, the signature tire. I didn't go inside at all. I was until the end. James was there. Sims is coming out. Have you seen the emails on their new waders that they're like upcycled waders? Yeah. I heard James, because James with his clients and stuff, some of them don't have waders, so he was talking to the rep about those. Those are the same layer as like the G3. You know, they're still the heavy duty legs on them. Yeah. But they're half the money. They just don't have like the fancy suspenders or the pockets and shit that everything else has. So those, and they've got like hip boots too now that are stocking foot hip boots. And then the other thing, so I bought that new Sims sling pack, the newest one they came out with. Sims has launched a recast. They call it Sims Recast. It's where you can sell used gear through Sims.
No shit.
And I put it on, I submitted pictures, and it sold within like 15 minutes.
That's sweet.
And so you can do a store credit or cash. And like store credit is $82. Or they'll send you a check or a card or whatever for $57. But then I also put it on Marketplace, and then I had a guy message me for it on Marketplace for what I was asking for it on Marketplace, which was $70. So I have a few days before I have to send it in or send it to the guy who bought it. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. See if the guy from Marketplace comes through. But kind of the Sims idea is a no-brainer, because that way I can just spend it on more Sims shit. Right. They kind of got me. you know.
Yeah, that's a pretty good program for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not in the mood to go freeze my absolute ass off.
Yeah, I don't blame you. There was still a lot of people there. I was impressed with how many people.
Like, there's a
showed
lot
up.
of people that, like, that's like their spring kickoff, and,
Yeah.
and that's what I appreciate about that show. We could have it, I don't know, April 30th.
Right.
At some point, the weather has to be okay.
They're doing something right because, I mean, they've had it on that weekend for however many years, and it works for them, I guess. So
Yeah, but wouldn't it be fun to, like, be outside and...
it'd be nice to be warm for sure.
Yeah.
Me and Crosby were talking. He's like, I've never been to this show where I've been comfortable.
No. It's always fucking miserable.
Yeah.
And then you're freezing your ass off outside. Then you go upstairs, and then you get stuck somewhere. And then you start sweating to death. And then
Yeah.
you walk outside, and it's twice as bad.
Yeah. He came, so he showed up with all his stuff. He brings in his Yeti lawn chair, sets it up. And he's got a case of hatch reels. So
Yeah.
he had probably 10 or 15 reels. So like $15,000 worth of fucking hatch reels and all of the fish pond gear and stuff. Like if you bought a fish pond bag or bought a piece of fish pond gear over a certain amount, you got a free dry bag and shit like that. And so he was handing those out, and I figured he'd be sitting there. He's got a bad hip. We were talking about that, and I figured he'd be sitting down more, but he did not fucking sit the whole time. He was talking to everybody. But I kept like a watchful eye on all of the shit because, I mean, for somebody to walk up, grab one of those reels and just shove it in their pocket,
Yeah.
it would have been easy. But, I mean, for the most part, you don't get that kind of crew at that show.
Oh, pretty good crowd there.
Jim was like, don't let that cash box out of your sight. I was like, absolutely not. So every time I went to the bathroom, I just told the Sims guy, I was like, watch that thing. Make sure nobody takes it. So it was cool. It was fun. That Crosby guy, he's a fucking... At the end of the day, he was like, I think Jimmy'd be passing around a bottle of fucking booze to keep us warm at least.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't even drink. I'm retired. And then he comes back and he this is at the very end, and he's got a bottle of tequila, a bottle of Jameson, and something else that he sets them on the table, and he's like, have at it, boys.
Jim did?
No.
Oh.
Crosby. What? Everybody was coming over and standing in front of the heater. TJ Gerald was there, making sure the heater stayed running and stuff. And like the guy from Montana came over. He's like, you're hogging all the heat. I was like, I wish I could say I was hogging it. It's not really.
It's not really helping.
It's not making that much of a difference. So he stood there for a while. I was like, you're from Montana. This should be easy for you.
I should have brought you my fucking... I got that propane...
Buddy heater?
No, the patio heater.
Oh, yeah.
With the little mushroom cap on it.
That's what they had last year. And that, I think, was better than those propane heaters.
They had those heaters last year, too.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice them.
Because they had them down there, and they weren't doing fuck all.
Well, there's just so much air spots for that air to escape.
Yeah.
You know, for that warm air to escape.
I don't understand why... whatever.
People were... So, you know where the tents are, and that where they set up, like, the casting area?
Yeah.
And they have all the plastic laid down for the casting?
Yeah.
There was people, like, walking in between the tent on the plastic, like, around the back of the building, and I'm like, somebody's gonna fuck it, because that plastic had to have been slippery from all the water and ice and shit, and luckily nobody fucking ate shit, but I was waiting for somebody to fall. It was funny. But I'm super happy that we raised all that money for the Flies for Kids thing. That was...
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Somebody, I got a text from a 363 number the other night, I assume it was Jim. But it said, "Hey Hugh, thank you for all you did for Flies for Kids during the expo. We really appreciate it. You raised $1,172 for Flies for Kids. That's awesome." So,
Now you can text with Jim.
right? I assume it's Jim. I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird that it was a 363 number.
That's the old York telephone number.
Huh. So, other than that, your dad called me on Sunday.
Did he tell you about what he did on Saturday?
No.
Oh, he didn't?
Maybe he did. I don't really remember the conversation.
He went north.
Oh, yeah. He went to some fishing show or whatever.
Yeah.
Hung out in the kids section.
Yeah. And he wasn't sure if he was going to do any spending, but local Daytona PD decided he was going to donate $174.
Oh, see, he didn't tell me about that.
Oh, did he conveniently leave that part out?
He left that part out.
Huh, that's weird.
He was driving when I was talking to him. So maybe it was after.
Yeah, that was on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, so it must. Yeah, he left that part out.
Huh.
We were talking about the expo and dogs and then the film tour next week. Are you going to that?
I didn't buy a ticket.
I think they're still for sale.
Are you going?
I'm going. Yeah.
When is it?
Wednesday. I have an extra ticket. I don't know if Mandy's too excited about going, so I'll talk to her tonight, and if she doesn't want to go, you can just have her ticket.
No, because I'll buy the Yeti ticket again. Because I'm a whore.
And if they're sold out, then I'll just tell Mandy to stay home, and you can have her ticket.
Let's see. That is through North Country Hard Cider. I have not listened to the new Taylor Trash
Episode? Yeah, I listened to it. They don't talk a lot about Larry. Ben does a short thing at the beginning. Just like thanking everybody for their support, and then they go right into the episode. And after that episode came out is when they did the Larry Palooza, when that came out.
Yeah,
Was it? They didn't talk about that on the show. They did I don't know if you saw, but they did a burial at sea for him in the lagoon. They had like a skiff parade.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty neat.
All right. Get tickets. No, not going. Double hall tickets are sold out.
Then don't buy one.
I'm not going to.
So you're not going to go? You're just...
If I can't get cool shit, no.
Oh, come on.
I'll go as your date.
All right, perfect. Mandy, you're staying home. I'm sure she'll be delighted to not have to go.
She can come over here and play with the dogs. We ended up reaching out to someone. We're going away for a couple days to go down to Baltimore.
Oh, did you find somebody to dog sit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to be going away a lot more after she gave me what her price is. So. Like, I was like, okay.
She stay right here?
Yeah, she's going to stay at the house the whole time.
Perfect.
I was like, well, this is perfect.
Same person your parents use?
No, it's friends of ours, the Regis's user.
Gotcha.
So I was like, yeah, we can do that. I want to get the rod carrier back on my truck.
I still haven't bought a new one, and I'm not going to put mine back on this year. Because I told Ian I'd give it to him, which is fine. I'm still going to. And
the way that autistic fuck has been going this spring, he's probably going to rebuild it.
That's fine, too. Bring it to work and have his engineers, like, redo it.
Yeah. I was half joking. I do think the rattle is a good idea.
Yeah.
But I was kind of half joking because he's like, this is so much work. And I was like, you should just add a rattle. And he's like, okay. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's an animal. I'll show you tonight when I leave. But I put all my rods and stuff in my truck. And, I always, like, behind my seat, it always turns into a shit show because I have, like, some of the longer rod tubes.
Yeah.
And for my 2-piece rods. And those are always the worst pain in the ass because they're longer and they take up more space. So I rigged up 2 bungee cords and hung them, like suspended them, wrapped them around from the headrest on the back seat.
Yeah.
So now they're up off the floor, out of the way. Transferred all my shit to my new sling bag from Sims last night. Got that all situated. Got my license.
Oh, your fishing license?
Yeah. I completely spaced by it. Fishing and hunting. Did that. But now it's just waiting to go. I could go anytime at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's open. I'll get the kayak ready at some point. Ian was talking about floating the Andro at some point, but I'm not floating that till it's fucking warmer. I'll tell you that much. Because if I got to bail out into the water.
When was the last time your ass was in a canoe?
Fucking 20 years ago. And that's going to be the last time.
Well, I don't know if you picked up on it unless Ian is buying a drift boat.
Yeah,
but,
I know he's got a canoe, but
yeah.
I would be bringing my kayak. If I was gonna float, anytime if I float the Andro with Ian, I'll be bringing my kayak. First of all, with all the shit that he's gonna bring and me in a canoe, he's gonna lose $1,000 worth of gear when I flip the fucking thing over. You know what they had on display at the Sims guy? The new boat bags.
Oh, yeah.
They were fucking sweet. He was showing me one, and he opens up. He's like, this is the small one. I was like, that's the small one? It is giant.
Really?
Yeah. They're sweet. You need one.
I know they're sweet, and I know I need one.
You know what I think I'm going to use for a boat bag is I'm going to get another one. But for Christmas, man, he got me an Arctic lunchbox. It's not a knockoff, but it's another version of like the Yeti flip.
Yeah.
Like you have, similar to that. They make a little bit larger one. I think that'd be a great boat bag for what it is. And when you don't need it, it compacts down into this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Yeti soft cooler. And now I got the little front pouch for it, too. It would be deadly for a fucking boat. And it's perfectly set up, but I think I'm going to order that Sims bag and the Sims pack.
Are you going to do the backpack, too?
Yeah. The
headwater.
The headwater. That's such a sick fucking chest pack.
Yeah.
Heath texted me the picture of he ordered his new fish pond one.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't know.
Is the one with like it's like a flat plate and then it's almost like modular.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had one of those at the show that I was looking at.
It just doesn't have this. When you look at the headwater, there's just so much storage
Yeah.
on that Sims Headwater pack.
We'll have to do a review on it when you get it. I like the material the bag's made out of, too. It's like a waxy, weather-resistant material.
Which one?
The Headwater.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Headwater chest pack just looks cool.
Pull a picture of it.
It is sort of like a backpack. Like you'd have like a camelback size backpack.
But it's also designed to hook into the backpack, the Headwater's backpack too.
Correct. Let me see. I'll text it to you. I'm on there. Yeah. Well, and that's the other part is I'm like, all right, well, I have this fucking dope ass fish pond roll top dry bag. Do I really need to buy the Headwater's fucking backpack now too? Well, I guess so.
Well, you're also a man of different things for... That roll top bag's waterproof, right? Is
Mine?
yours waterproof? Is it a dry bag?
The fish pond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could use that for the...
It's a great boat bag.
Yeah.
But it's more for like clothing. It's not for like organizing fly boxes and reels, and because it's just a cavernous pit.
Yes, like I have that Grundon's boat dry bag, and that's exactly what that is. So I think it's the same on... So in the main compartment of my bag, it has a removable partition that you can change, and I think it kind of looks like this has it too.
The Headwater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about that sling bag is it doesn't have a water bottle holder like the other one did. But
George wouldn't have that.
Right? Well, he doesn't have enough. He brings 18 water bottles with him.
Yeah.
And
But he's got nowhere to hold them, so
Yeah.
they just bounce around through the fucking boat.
roll around the floor, and
That's awesome.
he gets stingy. He offers you water, then he says he drank all his water.
See, the one thing I don't love about the chest pack is the water bottle holder is in the front.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm like, you have a backpack. Just throw one off the side.
Yeah.
I don't want a water bottle holding down the front of me. I don't know.
You could use it for other stuff, too. You could put a GPS in there, or bear spray. It's probably more designed for bear spray, I bet. We look at it as a water bottle holder.
Yeah. We don't have bears here.
Yeah. Well, not bears that are just black bears going to run away from me for the most part. My in-laws bought a camper.
For what?
They're going to do traveling around. I think Fred, in his retirement, wants to...
He's all retired now, got his new knees, and he's fucking ready to go.
Which also means I got a camper for trips, too.
For bird season?
Yep. Bird season, where, Mandy and I are going to use it on a couple trips this summer. It's too late to do the Rangeley trip that we normally do. Book that, but next year I'm going to try to get a site for it.
Just take that up to...
Well, I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder if I could park right at, like, that spot that Aaron and I fished. If just park it right in that parking lot there. There's nothing that says you can't camp there.
No.
So, it's all paper company land.
Yeah.
So, but, bird season, I have Mike's place to stay. But if I wanted to bring more guys, we could bring the camper up, and he's got a plug to plug it right into his. He's got a 50 amp plug.
Yeah.
Plug it in. His addition's pretty much done.
It was looking good.
It's fucking beautiful, man. They did such a good job with that. Now it's just moving all the shit in and cleaning everything, and yeah. So fly fishing film date night with you next weekend, the next week.
I should probably put that in my calendar.
I'm getting out of work early.
Hugh. Date night. From.
We'll have to try to get one of those high top tables again, like I did last year.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust those chairs.
No. Fuck yeah.
Your dad's going.
Is he?
Yeah. That's what he got his ticket, so.
Huh, what a prick. Thanks for the invite, George.
He probably assumed you were going. In fact, let me get the tickets in my wallet here.
Oh, he's going to be so excited because it's at the cider place and he drinks cider.
Yeah.
Oh, can't wait to listen to that.
I just sent you your ticket.
I got to pass. Did you even hear back from your wife?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's okay with it. I don't think her heart's broken. She's probably partially relieved.
I'll send her a $25 gift card to Chick-fil-A. Like, we're even?
Right? No, it's fine. But yeah, maybe I'll fish this week. I don't know. It's still early, in my opinion.
It's early, it's cold, it's raining.
Yeah. Yeah, the weather this weekend is supposed to be dog shit.
Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be warm.
Yeah.
It's going to rain.
So overnight it's supposed to sleet and shit.
Yeah.
So, little gear review.
Ooh.
I did a beta test, or a test on... I bought 3, those cheap Plano, gear containers?
Yeah.
They can buy it like Cabela's for like $15, $20, whatever they are. They're like this long.
The black ones?
Black or green.
With the 2 handles on the end?
Yeah, like the lock hand, the interlocking handles. So I have like 3 or 4 of those. And last fall, when I went bird hunting to make room in my back seat, it was nice weather, so I put it in the bed of my truck. It's got straps and shit in it, tow rope, all that random, like, extra sweatshirt, all that shit. So I left it in the bed of my truck all winter. Fucking, to see if it would get any water in it. And I checked it yesterday. Completely bone dry. Nothing got in. Like, nothing was damp. No condensation. Nothing.
No shit.
So I was pretty impressed with that. So
you can also get those at Home Depot.
Yep.
Because that's where I got them for my shop. And I've got I've got boat fiberglass and shit in one. I've got rigging straps in another. And the third one is just random shit I just threw in there.
So I was super impressed with that. And the other thing that pissed me off, so in that same container, in my storage unit, I kept my wader bag, my wading boots. In there, it got condensation in it.
Really?
Yeah. So, it must have been like the humidity from...
I wonder if the waders were just a little damp.
Could have been. Which I dried them the last time I used them. So, but I'm just going to put a lock on them. Keep them in the bed of my truck.
Yeah.
Save. If I go into a store, I'll just shove them, go in somewhere big, shove them in there. Or I can always buy a cheap, they make the bigger ones at the knockoff Pelicans at Harbor Freight. I'm a whore for containers.
You do like containers.
That I tried getting Crosby to I was like, what's the price tag on that Hatch Pelican case? He goes, that's not for sale. It never will be. I was like, damn it. He was like, why? I was like, I got a bit of the tism for Pelican cases.
Big case guy.
I don't know why, but
You just like to be organized.
not like that's the thing though. I'm not very organized. I think I want to be, and I think
like the idea of
I
it.
like the idea of it. I like gear.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
So I realized I still have a Yeti 5-gallon bucket that I've literally used for a trash can.
Oh, for the one you won at the
fly fishing when I won the door prize. That's still in my in-laws basement, full of fly tying material, like trash, like that I need to empty. And I think I'm gonna put it in the in the back seat of my truck and put my short rod tubes in that. So we'll see.
I gotta clean out my truck. I gotta pull my truck apart. It shakes real bad when I step on the brakes.
I need to do front brakes in my truck. Last Thursday, so I ordered tires from Andy's car, had it all set up it was supposed to be last Saturday to bring it to the shop, the certified installer for Tire Rack, to get the new tires put on it. Last Thursday, she calls me. She was going to a school board meeting in Berwick, and she's like, I just got to the meeting, and I just got out of my car, and I can hear air coming out of one of my rear tires. I was like, motherfucker. So, new cars don't come with a spare. No donut.
No.
They come with a flat repair kit. Well, this one had a fucking slash in it. So, you're not going to repair that.
How did she slash her tire?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I said, did you hit anything? She says, I don't think so. I'm going to catch hell for this. So I show up there and the tire's fucking completely flat. I'm like, well, nothing I can do. So I called roadside assistance because we have it through Ford. And I called the tire place and I was like, hey, I'm scheduled to have tires put on Saturday. Can I just have it towed there? And if you guys can fit it in early, you can fit it. Yeah, no problem. We're wide open tomorrow, so we'll just do it tomorrow. And I said, perfect. So I had them haul it there. Got the new tires put on it Friday. They called me, and they were like, that needs a 4-wheel alignment. And I was like, first of all, no, it doesn't. If anything, it would need a front wheel alignment.
Yeah.
Because you don't align the rear wheels.
Right.
And they're like, well, we recommend that it should get done. I was like, well, no, you can recommend it all you want. They're like, and you need an oil change. You're overdoing the oil change. I was like, that you can do, just because I don't want to. It's there, and I don't want to fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
So they did that, and put the tires on or whatever, and it was good to go. So, new Pirellis. Tire, I shop too. Simple Tire, Tire Warehouse, Tire Rack. Tire Rack was the cheapest. So that's what I went with. But I got to do front brakes on my truck, or Garrett has to do front brakes on my truck. I just have to buy the parts and some booze.
Yeah, I got 4 disc brakes and pad sets sitting in the garage right here waiting on Leah's car.
I haven't got mine yet.
I haven't quite found the motivation to do that yet.
I did put new windshield wipers on my truck all by myself, though.
There you go.
I bought those Rain-X ones less than a year ago. And they were great for a little while. And then Saturday, I noticed there was like a film coming off the windshield wipers, and it was creating a sheen on my windshield. And I was like, yeah, that's great. And then driving at night, I was like, I can't fucking see a thing. So I went and got just new wipers yesterday, and problem solved. Got the windshield clean, so there's no fucking... like where the windshield wiper would stop, there was a heavy line.
Yeah.
Just a grime. So I don't know if it was whatever coating they use on the wipers for the Rain-X was worn off, or just got to a point where
disintegrating.
It was disintegrating. So then I'll just then I just bought a gallon of because I like the Rain-X stuff.
I do. I like the Rain-X bug stuff.
Yeah. So that's nice, especially up north, that bug stuff.
Yeah.
When you're driving up through on 16 and fucking mayflies and whatever else, June bugs and shit.
The main state bird of skaters.
Yeah. Moose. I don't think it works well on moose.
No.
But
if you still got windshield wipers after a moose, you're doing pretty good.
Doing pretty well. Although, as fast as we were going that time, I don't think the bugs would have really made a difference on the windshield.
No. We were seeing through the bugs.
We were going too fast for them to make a difference.
The bugs were actually hitting the tailgate of the truck. There was so much suction. The hole we were punching through the air.
Yeah.
The last time I was up north, when I almost hit that moose right by Aaron's place, still gives me fucking nightmares. Because I'm like looking down in the ditch, like looking on the side of the road, watching for it. That motherfucker was right in the middle of the goddamn road.
I don't ever want to meet one of those.
No.
Just no part of it. Like a deer, meh. Fucking moose.
A deer is going to suck.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
In your truck, it wouldn't suck as bad.
No. It's like 50-50 you're going to be all right in a truck. Moose is 95% of the time you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not worth it, really.
No, not at all. Yeah, that's why if it's dark out, just take it easy, or as easy as you can.
I got some tying done today.
Nice. What'd you tie? Random shit. Saltwater stuff.
One fly.
One fly? Oh, yeah.
Just tie the G-string.
Yep.
Tied 4 more. I was like, all right. And then when Ian was like, I've got multiple boxes for stuff, and I was like, I've got 5 boxes downstairs. I should probably go look at what's in there. See if I need to keep tying these fucking things. Because I don't think I really do.
You should be like Vaughn Chenard from Patagonia and just fish. Like he I don't know if you ever heard this, but he did a thing where he fished a pheasant tail or pheasant tail material in every type of fly that he used and caught fish all over the world. He did it for like a whole year. Something. Let's just do that with some sort of variation. I mean, did you tie on another fly striper fishing last year?
I did at parts. But I always, it goes back to the credence of if you have confidence in the fly.
Yeah.
The confidence in the fly is 90% of catching a fish.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I caught fish on other flies. Like, I had a complete sparkle streamer. I caught a fish, actually with you, that day it was raining.
Yep.
In between the bridges.
Yep.
But I would say a solid 90. I cannot remember another fly I caught. Yeah. Still a clouser. I stuck with clousers pretty much exclusively last year.
I didn't tie on no, I lied. I tied on a couple, like a little sparkle streamer, like EP fiber streamer.
Yeah.
It was like 2 flies mainly. G-string, that streamer, and then that like big deceiver or whatever your dad got us.
Yeah.
I fished that like once or twice. But every time I tried to fish that, it was windy. Like if I had a bigger, like if I had a 9 or 10 weight, it would have been a little bit better. But
that's the one thing I got. I got to grab 10 weight line. I think we're going to go intermediate.
I need to get a new intermediate sink. Or full sink tip for that Orvis reel that I have.
That one right there.
That
Yeah,
one.
that one.
I like that line that's on there, but the tip is going to crack in it.
Yeah.
The end of it's going to crack in it, so it gets caught. It annoys the shit out of me. Stuff I have on that lampstand I like. Especially now that the reel works fine. Those hat trails are so fucking nice.
Yeah.
So nice. There's a guy at the show that comes in the shop. Him and his wife were looking at rods. She was trying out a bunch of different rods, and she fell in love with this Winston rod. And I saw his face, and he was like, oh,
Fuck. God damn it.
and then I think she ended up buying a hatch reel. I mean, money didn't scare her.
Well, once you...
Once you're buying what's another $1,000 if you're looking at a...
Yeah. It's definitely going to make you a better fisherman.
Absolutely. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like putting a sticker on your truck.
Damn right.
I guess the Winston concept, like made in Montana, pretty much talking to the guy, pretty much all of their materials are sourced from the U.S.
Oh, it's funny. I was reading something about... It actually might have been on Instagram. It was on Instagram. I forget who it was from, but they're like, TNT and Scott are for major rod builders are the only two that pretty much exclusively still use US based materials
Yeah.
for like large quantity rods. And because they were talking about like how everything else is going to go up because of the tariffs being imposed and all this. And I'm like, and you don't think that Scott and TNT are going to take that opportunity just to tack an extra hundy on?
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely. They'd be stupid not to.
yeah. But hey, buy American, I guess.
Right? Speaking of selling stuff out of the fly fishing realm, but I had my largest sale ever at Elliott Small Engine this past week. $319,000.
A lot of lawnmowers.
I have 24 total.
I actually heard a funny story about that company.
Yeah?
Yeah. They served an ultimatum to the local hospital in town.
Really?
Yeah. To kindly go fuck themselves. We are out.
Really?
Yep.
Sounds about right. Were they not paying their bill or something?
Nope. Hadn't paid their bill for over a month.
That's probably not a cheap bill.
No, I don't think so, especially because it includes, they had all their sanding, salting, shoveling, plowing, everything.
Big companies like that can do that. That's good. I mean, corporations like that need to be held in check,
Yeah.
in my opinion. They take care of Exeter Hospital. And I mean, Exeter Hospital's big.
It's fucking huge.
And like they have dedicated crews that's the only place they work.
They're just groundskeepers.
Especially in snow and ice management.
Yeah.
Like there's a Hampton Inn in Exeter.
Yeah.
And during big storms, they'll get like 2 or 3 hotel rooms over there just so they could keep rotating people. So they always, they have to have somebody there all the time for ice management.
They want to come take over Seabrook Station because, believe it or not, Seabrook Truck Center is about as intelligent as you'd think Seabrook Truck Center is. Those guys are fucking retards.
That's who does all the snow and ice there?
Yeah. Outside the fence.
Yeah.
And then we have our guys do it inside.
Where are your creepers?
They've relaxed on that.
Have they?
There's no more mandate. was like, oh, we're adults. That's cool.
There was an actual mandate where you had to have creepers on?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, it used to be basically you had to, at the very least, have them on your persons. Like carrying a pair of gloves with you.
Just worn your wading boots.
So now, but because all these companies are putting those little blue specks in the boots,
Yeah.
so they're slip-resistant boots. Yeah.
You know the most slipperiest boots I've ever worn are my Extra Toughs?
They are.
I mean, maybe on a boat deck they're okay. Not on fucking icy ground.
No.
I fucking ate shit hard on my driveway with those on.
Speaking of the lovely establishment that I am employed by, we have a project manager within maintenance who potentially is retarded. So this person started off the year with, we were ripping up the carpet in a vestibule, which is one of the only entrances to the said building from that end of the plant.
Yeah.
Would you think that maybe we put out a notice before we did this?
Right.
And then after we ripped out the carpet, we had to prep the floor and then paint the floor? Do you think we would have told anybody?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe be a good idea. Do you think we maybe would have set up like an alternate pathway to get into the building? Maybe. Did we? No. Later in the year, we paint said same vestibule. Do you think we learned any lessons from the first go-around? 100% no. Had to take 2 coats. It was cold, so it dried for 2 days. Closed down for 2 more days. Monday morning, comes in my office. Hey, just letting you know they're going to be taking up the carpet up here. I was like,
in your office?
Like, no, in the hallway. So like our office it's basically a block letter number 8. Like it's 2 really long hallways, and then there's shorter hallways on the top and bottom, and then through the middle there's a hallway, which is where the bathrooms are. So I said, okay. Like, what does that mean? Like, well, you guys should be okay today. What the fuck about tomorrow? I'm not really sure. I'm like, there are carpet places that do this stuff on Saturdays and Sundays just for this fucking reason. Yeah, but, I said, no. So what is our fucking plan here? And it's like, well, we're going to start ripping up the carpet today. Literally 15 minutes later, those fucking guys were quick. Also, we had those big stick-down tiles, so, I mean, they weren't that hard to get up. But those motherfuckers were efficient. Like 4 dudes. They had the whole hallway done. So now the whole hallway is just glue on top of concrete. So the glue is all over everyone's shoes. Great idea. Then yesterday came. And they're like, so, east side, we're going to sand. And then we're going to primer it. Okay, what the fuck does that mean for me?
Like the floor?
Yeah. Prime it for the next layer of glue and flooring that's going down. I said, okay, well, what does that mean? Well, you're going to be stuck in your office all day until they're done and the floor is dry. And I was like, that's not how this fucking works. You stupid fuck. Like, where can we go up here and still be somewhat functional? And they're like, well, you can go down to the end, big conference room. You should be good there. I said, should be? Or we're gonna be? Like, how the fuck?
I'm not getting stuck in my office.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, are we gonna be able to get to the bathrooms that are in the middle of the building? Yeah, I think so. I was like,
love it when a plan comes together.
So then yesterday we lost half of our building. And then everyone was just like... And so we're sitting in a meeting, the morning meeting. And because the whole hallway is glue on top of concrete yesterday morning at 6:30. Anytime anyone walked in, doors were shut in our conference room, but everyone going down the hallway,
You could hear it.
oh, it was like a fucking cartoon. It was like the whole fucking way down the hallway. So we had the doors shut, and I looked at our site vice president, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
He hates to see you coming.
I was like, this is how we fucking run shit here? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, yeah, this is pretty unacceptable. I was like, do you think? I was like, you really think so? So I work from home today. I wanted to work from home tomorrow, but everyone said they're going in. So I guess I'm going to go in. I might be stuck in my office. I don't fucking know.
If you can even get to it.
Yeah. Then it's okay for light walking, which I was like, well, what the fuck does that mean? What are we running routes? It's like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, Jeff, go long. Let me fucking hit you with this work package. Well, don't put anything more than 500 pounds on the floor for 2 weeks. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank God we are a nuclear power plant and we can't even fucking replace goddamn carpet in a fucking hallway.
Oh, yeah, that's about all I got tonight. Go over to Portsmouth and get my dip. Mandy's dog sitting at her parents' house.
Nice quiet night.
Yeah, she's been over there all week. So, it's pretty boring at home without her. Nobody would annoy. Annoying somebody by FaceTime just isn't the same.
It's really not.
I'd probably stay with her, but the dog does not like me. Not like mean like me, but
Dude, we took a little fucking psychopath down to the beach the other day.
yeah.
Holy fuck.
Excited was he?
There was no one on the beach. So we got down to the beach, and I walked halfway down one side, and I told the girls to go to the other side. And I told him just start yelling for him. And he was doing like 500-yard sprints. Wide open.
That's awesome.
He was so excited.
Probably cooked by the time he got home.
No?
No?
Still wanted to keep going. I was like, you are a fucking psychopath.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're excited about.
Yeah, I saw that dog today. She's getting fat.
It must be next couple weeks, right?
To 10 days?
10 days?
12. Or
Kind of what I figured.
yeah.
Because they'll be ready to go home right around the middle of June sometime. So
Yeah. Yeah, because Turbo's birthday is the 13th? 19th? 13th? Somewhere. 18th. So it's the 17th. So 2 weeks from tomorrow is the
Perfect.
scheduled C-section.
Outstanding. We got names picked out. If it's a boy, if it's a girl, it's going to be Row. And if it's a boy, it's going to be Drift.
Drift?
Yeah. Like,
Are you spelling it row like sushi row?
probably just RO, most likely. So, kind of a backstory to that is my grandmother always complained that none of the great-grandchildren were named after her, or grandchildren were named after her. So, I guess the dog's given name would be Rowena, but we're just going to stick with Row.
Okay.
Or like row a boat, that type of row. I wanted it to be like fly fishing, nautical theme somehow, like drift. I got for fly fishing.
Yeah.
Like, and I want it to be single syllable. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want
Long names.
long names. I mean, Riley wasn't bad, but I like just drift or row. Simple. And I'm sure Maddie's going to call it drifty or drifter or whatever, but I was trying to explain to Mandy about like the difference between a call name
and a full name.
and a full name. And I was like, Diesel's name was Diesel, but his actual registered name was Autumn Ridges Rolling Coal.
Yeah.
Riley's actual name was Team Dangles Riley. Like, that was his AKC registered name. I don't think she really understood it. And I was like, Kathy's dogs, some don't even have like that, like their call name isn't even in their registered name. Like,
Yeah.
so,
I think Turbo's is going to be Autumn Ridges Spooled Up.
yeah.
Or the other one I had was, which there was two, which one was going to be either Autumn Ridges Full Boost or Autumn Ridges Boosted, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, if I leave those two, I could have a dog named Boost after Turbo.
I was thinking of another one for like fly fishing related, like if it was a boy, Chubbs. Chubby Chernobyl, but it could be like Autumn Ridges Chubby Chernobyl for drift or whatever.
Autumn Ridges Meltdown and call him Chernobyl. Call him Chubby.
Yeah. So that was another idea I had. And I told Mandy, I was like, when we have a kid, we're sticking to single syllable names too.
Yeah.
It's easier to yell.
You end up there anyways.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, that's all I got. I gotta pee.
Sounds like a plan.
Thanks for listening. We won't be here next week because of the film tour, but
We'll be at the film tour.
come see us.
Maybe some more random people coming up and telling us how awesome we are.
It'd be great.
Huey loves it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Just as long as you don't bring up lawnmowers. I had one guy do that to me. Yes, at the Fly Expo, and I basically said, I was like, I'm not here to talk about lawnmowers. This is fly fishing Huey, not lawnmower Huey.
Yeah.
Come see me on Monday.
Yeah, come in. Bring a cup of coffee. Bring a donut. Bring me something, motherfucker.
Oh, but that's it. We'll see you next time. We love you.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Unless we do a random day next week, but
Probably not.
probably not.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Plan
Keep your head on a swivel. Get out and fish.
Bank
Send us pictures.